Hey guys, Happy Average Racer here. Going to do a quick back-to-back drive of the Automobilista 2 and Assetto Corsa Competitione. We're going to go into the, obviously, GT3s, picking a car that's in both games, McLaren 720S GT3. Haven't driven it a lot in ACC at all. I normally drive the BMW or the Bentley, so it's going to be a bit of a clean slate. Also going to use Suzuka, or as it's known, Automobilista 2 Kansai GP, simply because that's the last time I drove in a GT3 car was last week at our season finale, so I'm familiar obviously with the circuit. So we'll have a back-to-back drive and see how they compare. So this test, we're going to keep everything pretty much the same between the two games, as close as we can, in terms of fuel load, roll bars, downforce, etc. So both on a hot lap sort of setup, and time trial mode, so let's go. So here we go. So otherwise, the first thing you notice with AMS2 is it looks absolutely fantastic. Whether it's a single monitor like mine here, 49-inch screen, or the guys who are running virtual reality, looks absolutely fantastic. The day-night transitions look amazing. The lighting's really nice, lots of track detail, the shadows and different track textures. The first thing you notice with the steering, really nicely weighted. Not too heavy, not too light, just a nice weight to it as it should with a fairly heavy GT3 car. Lots of detail coming through the wheel. You feel little lumps and bumps in the road and what the suspension is doing. Almost down to what the individual front tyres are doing. I haven't driven the McLaren very much at all in ACC. It's a fairly new car for me. It's nice and pointy, nice to drive as all those GT3 cars are. Look at the level of trackside detail in these circuits is just phenomenal. ACC is the same, they've both got great trackside details, but AMS certainly a little bit extra, I think, on just to bring those circuits to life, especially the trees. The trees look amazing. The trees are really important, as we know, when we're racing. But yeah, those little details that are going on outside the circuit just help bring them to life. Certainly a little bit more confident in the bumps in AMS2. We'll talk about that when we get to ACC in a few minutes. We'll do a back-to-back driving test. We'll be a lot more aggressive on ACC, as I think you probably should in these sort of cars. They should be able to handle the bumps. Keep it tight there at turn 1. Fourth gear through the S's. Try and on and off the throttles, moving the weight of the car around. Mistake there, that's okay. So there's another thing to mention with Automobilista 1.4 is a new damage modelling system. Not only the physical damage of the car, but the mechanical damage, which is a huge thing to have to manage. You can now definitely damage your car, blow an engine, oil leaks, coolant leaks, brake failures. Certainly saw that firsthand in our GTL league race on Monday night, running retro Formula 1 cars. If you have your setup very aggressive, you will damage your car. So it's a trade-off during the race of how hard do you push it, just like in real life. If you're a bit more conservative, you might make the end of the race. If not, you might have to come in to repair some damage. So it's really important in the bottom right hand corner there to keep an eye on your brake temps and your engine damage, etc. So you monitor what the car's doing. It's a bit more aggressive on the curbing than you can in ACC. This is such a good drive, honestly guys. I can't tell you how good this game is. From 6 months ago, and people who thought it was Project Cars, if you haven't tried it for a long while, do yourself a favour and give it a go. It's amazing. Certainly now getting up to the stage where Automobilista 2 is probably as good as the original, which is a big call, but even now that is still one of the best sims you can get on your PC. Automobilista 1 is just amazing. I still grab it out every now and then, especially with V8 supercars. I still think AMS 1 has the best V8 supercar experience. The sound is phenomenal on that mod, but this now, really learn what the Madness engine can do, and they've maximised the tyre physics. It's just a great drive. Just got to drive around with a smile on your face. There's so much detail through the wheel. You know exactly what's happening. A little bit more leniency on the track limits I find with AMS as well compared to ACC. Anyway, with a little bit more, not that much though. Alright, so we'll jump over in a second, finish this lap, and we'll jump over to ACC and we'll do a back-to-back drive. Actually, there we go. Nice example there of the new damage model. I've got an oil leak because I've got this set up very much in a qualifying setup in terms of a closed off radiator, which makes a huge difference to the engine cooling. So I've just got an oil leak there, so if that was in a race, I've done 3 laps and I'll have to come in and pit for repair. So again, you've got to be really conservative with your car setup. So let's flick over to ACC for comparison. Alright, here we are back in ACC, so again, similar sort of thing. We're just going to do a hot lap time trial in the same car, McLaren 720S at Suzuka, similar conditions to what we just had. So let's jump in and give it a go in ACC. So we're going to use just a stock aggressive setup, which I had loaded up previously. So again, arrows similar, roll bars, brakes, TC and traction control are set at about the same in both games.
Green light, give it all you can.
I've also got DLSS turned off because I normally run that in our league races, because obviously you want as much frame rate as possible in a league race. So I'll turn that off here so graphically they're as good as they both can be. Really good thing with ACC, the sound is just phenomenal. It's much better probably than AMS2. You get those little pops and creaks and rattles from the metal, which really add to the overall visceral experience of driving the car. So definitely sound-wise, it's hands down win to ACC. First thing you notice in terms of driving, yeah, nice weight to it, but definitely not the feel, the detail you get with AMS2. Just slightly more vague on the first turning. Again, nice weight to it, just definitely not as much detail. I want to point out a little bit more head movement than I've got in ACC. I've turned most of that down in AMS2. I found it a bit too extreme. I've probably gone a little bit too far with that. Did a little bit of G-force movement to AMS2. In terms of really nice, as you expect from this car. Trackside details are great, of course, as we said with AMS2. I think graphically you have to just give the edge to Automobilista. There's, like I say, a little curving there, little bits of rubber offline, the scuff marks over the curving. A small detail just adds to the look of the track being used. Everything looks very clean in AMS2. Also a lot tighter than track cuts, like I said, so you want to make sure you're sort of hugging the track limits, otherwise you will get a cut. Again, definitely a lot more aggressive over the curbs than AMS2, ACC. Sometimes seems very random. You go over the same curve at the same speed for 10 laps, and then on lap number 11 it'll throw you off for some reason. It can be a little bit frustrating, that system. Sort of game you want to really crank up if you can. If your wife's not in the other room, you can turn this up to 11 and really enjoy the experience of all the little pops and bangs and whistles that you get from this game. I think one of the main frustrations with people with ACCs is very much a tyre pressure management game, which, you know, easily is not realistic, not sure. I haven't driven these cars in real life, but when you don't have those tyres in the exact window, it really does affect your performance. Even though we're nice and sunny here at the moment, obviously the weather system on ACC is really good fun. It's not much better in sim racing than running a day-night transition or wet to dry race or dry to wet race. Get a racing line that develops the dry line, choosing the right tyre. Some of the best races I've ever had in sim racing in ACC and the varying changing conditions. Both wonderful games, but it does just show how far AMS2 has come to even get the same conversation as ACC, because it obviously is just dedicated to GT racing. Really hold this corner nice and tight. Another track cut there, surprised that didn't go off. The other big factor is online. ACC definitely handles online better at this stage. There are a lot more people on the servers. AMS2 is definitely a lot better with that. I think at GTL we usually have about 30 people, which we find is sort of the limit. running a good night. Any more than that, you're taking into trouble. I know Rees are definitely looking at it and getting a lot of feedback from the lead racers when they're having issues with their multiplayer server. And I think now that AMS have sorted out the tyre situation, the next focus is definitely on the multiplayer side of the game. Because that is where SEC haven't been around for a lot longer. There's definitely multiplayer sort of quite well. You have some really super large fields, which makes for good fun as well. So one more hot lap here in the McLaren. Quite enjoying it. Beautifully balanced car in both games. I said in summary, I think you really graphically give it to AMS too, especially in VR. The performance is so much better. So we've heard. Sound-wise, ACC wins hands down. Multiplayer at this stage you get to ACC as well. It's more stable, but the great thing about AMS is with the DLC, only the host has to have it. So anybody can join as long as the host has the DLC, which is a huge cost-saving thing for people who don't want to buy new circuits or cars or whatever. It's just a brilliant system how they've done that. It really opens the game up to a lot of people. One last blast off the 180R and we'll be call it a day. Thanks for watching if you stuck around to the end of the video. I definitely urge you to give Automobilista a go if you haven't. Definitely a lot different than what you remember it. If you haven't tried it at all, you won't know any different, but you'll be pleasantly surprised. Guys, thanks for watching.